Hey guys, my running kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing? Pardon me. Uh, ooh, well, welcome to kind of, I could say, the second or the first of many uh, DC Elite introductions, basically. As y'all know, DC Elite is another fanfic site that I will be starting up in the summertime of this year. But this time it's in terms with the DC characters. And I'm gonna do this pretty much in order as I can. As you all saw, I talked about um, this before. I talked about what DC Elite is after I did that little teaser. So the Omni Geek High Lord of New York is here to introduce one of the first titles for DC Elite, and you can start for anybody who wants to dip their hands in it, give it a shot. Wants to just have some fun. Um, There's the opportunity, guys. So the first one, let's start off with the godfather of all superpowered heroes, the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Um, yeah, I did this collage. I put it up on Facebook and showed them a preview of one of the first titles, one of the titles that is open and available. This is the main Superman title, Superman, the Man of Steel. It's not Superman, it's not Action Comics. It's just Superman, the Man of Steel. Now remember, DC Elite is post Flashpoint, um, with a twist and some major twists that I will get into later on with more videos to come. But basically, the synopsis, and this is, like I said, I set it up and the writer just takes it from there. But basically, the synopsis of Superman in this is he's he's one of the heroes that is somewhat remembers what happened in Flashpoint, especially to himself. And but with Superman, guys, it's basically he's having nightmares of his Flashpoint incarnation, him being detained by the government, uh, being withheld without, you know, any kind of sense of life, and that starts to question Kal-El Clark here, in a sense of his starts putting his decreasing his, in a sense, his faith in humanity, in the government, in a sense. However, he doesn't go too far from it. And of course, yes, his wife Lois will also be there to help him through these times, these rough times. Yes, guys, Lois and Clark are still together on DC Elite. Um, they're not separate. Superman is not with Wonder Woman. He's with Lois. Um, Now, I know one person that seems to have put his name into that hat. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but you know who you are. And like I said, this is one of the titles, Superman, the Man of Steel. Um, I had to have a definitely, you got to have Superman a part of this, and I knew it. The Trinity will be a part of this, guys. But other than that, yeah, it was really very in indeed, this is what Superman is all about. And from there, like I said, that's just a synopsis, guys. You can take it from wherever you want, whoever wants to write Superman, for my site. But other than that, yeah, let's move on to the next, shall we? Um, let's move on to Wonder Woman. Um, the the Amazon princess. All right. Wonder Woman. Once again, made this collage myself. Um, Diana in DC Elite is one of those heroines that is really, really remembers everything that happened in Flashpoint, remembers what she's done, things that she's done that were tragic, and some things that may have, in a sense, in her mind, she may have kind of sense wishes continued. For Diana here, guys, it is she's remembering her being nearly engaged and married to Aquaman. The Amazons and the Atlanteans nearly coming together as a one. She's remembering beheading Mira. You know, even though Mira is alive, but still, she's remembering that. She's remembering killing Billy Batson and the rest of the Marvel family. Remember in Flashpoint, they were called Captain Thunder. So she remembers that. And all that plays it is really playing some very much head games with her, and she's not really fully, in a sense, back into the game in terms of being the ambassador of peace and justice. You know, her fellow Amazons are really questioning, worried about her. Her mother, worried about her. Once again, this is a synopsis of it. And it's that to that point where even though she feels that she's back in the game, she's not really back in the game, and to the point where her enemies start to notice this and they try to take advantage of it. And it's there where you, the possible writer, will take it from. You take that synopsis that I set you up with, and then, bam, you take it wherever you want to go from there. And the the first individual I thought to set her up to really kind of test what's going on with Diana is that old witch herself, Cersei's. Couldn't go wrong with that. The other thing remembering is that she kind of in the back of it also maybe ponders if her and Arthur could have worked out. So it's in that she's one of the few heroes that remembers Flashpoint outside of Barry, Kid Flash, and people like that. She remembers, and she remembers it vividly. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the setup for Diana, Wonder Woman. The title's just called Wonder Woman. I was thinking about maybe putting another subtitle to it, like Wonder Woman, the Amazon Princess, or something like that. But I think Wonder Woman is just perfect. So if there's anybody who wants to take Wonder Woman, she's open. Um, I think when I put it on Facebook, I think one of my friends, she said she's interested in maybe taking Diana. I think it was my friend Alana. I think it was Alana Perez who actually said she'd take it. But we'll see where that goes. So let's move on to the next, because this is just the first set of 12. I'm not going to do all of them today, but I'm just going to do the Trinity today. So let's move on, shall we? Sorry, hold on. um, oops, sorry, hold on. That's not supposed to be shown yet. That's not supposed to be shown yet. Okay, here we go. That was not supposed to be shown yet, guys. Um, so we move on to the Batman. Move on to Batman. Uh, the title. This is the main Batman title. Of course, Robin is in it, so you can have Robin. Now, you may be asking, who's the Robin in your world, Chris? It's Damian. Damian is Robin, and of course, you can have him in there. I don't tend to want to have too many of the titles of characters. Like, I don't want to have Batman this, Batman and Robin. No. Robin is in this, and the title is just called Batman: The Dark Knight. I just want to keep it that. Now, so basically, what's going on with Batman for this? Well, what happened after Flashpoint? Um, Batman received a letter from his father, and it really broke Bruce down. He cried, and it's still up in the Batcave as a mantle. That continues. However, remember, but in this, guys, there are two Batmen. Bruce stays in Gotham, deals with everything that's going on in Gotham. Dick is Batman on for around the world in a sense, as well as the Justice League. I will be showing the Justice League of America lineup soon, but once again, let's move on to Batman, guys. For anybody who would like to take Batman for a ride, basically, Bruce is really inspired by the is really inspired by the letter that his dad gave him, his Flashpoint dad gave him, and that really gives him a more invigorating belief that in protecting and saving Gotham, his mission now is more focused on it, and but he realizes that he even realizes that he knows that not one man can't do it by himself. So in a sense, that's why he really will allow more help to keep the hope of Gotham being saved alive. And you'll see the other people he will, that will help him on the way. But he's still Batman, guys. Don't get it twisted. It's still Batman. I'm not trying to say, well, to the possible writer, hey, light him up, make him light up like he's really happy, like let's get him, chum. No, you can keep him a little dark and edgy, but in the back of the mind, just remember that that letter really inspires him even more, where he's not going to take stupid chances. He's going to be different in a sense of that quote unquote no more secrets. This I really want that kind of played up, like, but also to be there not just as Batman but also as Bruce Wayne, um, more often than none. So yeah, but other than that, just also remember what happened pre Flashpoint with Bruce, and just like, okay, take it from there. Um, that's the one thing also, guys, is just like, remember what happened before Flashpoint with these guys, with these characters, and have fun with it. Uh, and that's the kind of thing I set up for you guys, just for a possible writer for Batman. So far, nobody has really claimed or wanted to take Batman yet. Um, you got plenty of time, guys. You know, just contact me. You got you have via Twitter, or you have via Facebook. You know me on Facebook. Take you know, but yeah. So that's pretty much what is set up for the Trinity. Those are the Trinity's core titles: Batman, the Dark Knight, Wonder Woman, Superman, the Man of Steel. Like I said, out of the Trinity, two kind of two people have put in their hats in: Wonder Woman and Superman. So far, nobody's put their hat in for Batman. Um, and that's okay. Like I said before, it's okay. But I think I shall go on. Let's keep moving, shall we? Now, let's move on, shall we? Uh, that was the first three titles. So let's get on to some of the quote unquote the team titles. And I think I'll start off with none other than Let's start off with the JLA, the Justice League of America, the core Justice League title. Alright, so we got the Justice League of America. Uh, Justice League of America, guys, this is the core team, 12-member strong team. I put this team together myself, and I'm going to go down the list of each character. Once again, pre-52, before, pre-Flashpoint. The league, the lineup, some of the members are here that were part of that Justice League team before Flashpoint, and some are just come back. But already, here we go. Let's talk about this. So, first off, we're gonna start off with is Batman. This Batman, guys, is Dick Grayson. Dick is Batman on this team, and he also is the co-leader of the team along with Donna Troy. Donna Troy and he were co-leaders of the team. They were on the team before Flashpoint. Next up is Jade, Alan Scott's daughter. She kind of represents everything you love about the original Green Lantern, but also kind of is the Green Lantern equivalent. Great character. The Kryptonian in the group, or Superman-esque character, is Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. She was a part of the team before Flashpoint, so I wanted to keep them a part of the team. Jessie Quick is not going to be a part of this team. She was a part of the team basically, but once again, keeping canon to what was going on with Jessie Quick prior to Flashpoint. She was pregnant, and she was losing her abilities at the time. Her speed she was getting slower and slower because of her pregnancy. Her and Rick Tyler, aka Our Man, are gonna have a baby. So that's something so a future writer could play up in there. So let's move on. The magic-based character, Zatanna. Really? Yeah. Don't even need to talk about Lady Z. Love me some Zatanna. She's very powerful. She's been a Justice Leaguer before, and I was like, put her back on there. Next up, we have Connor Hawke, who is actually going to be the Green Arrow of this Justice League. And he also will star in the Green Arrow series as Green Arrow. And I'll talk about more about that when I get to Green Arrow. So anybody who wants to maybe take Green Arrow. But Connor Hawke will be the Green Arrow of the team. Let's move on next. Hardware. I had to put one of Dwayne McDuffie's characters on his team. Here was a guy I always said I don't know why he was never part of Justice League, and I was like, oh, if I made a team, Justice League team, I would put him on it. Hey, I did, and here he is. He will be kind of the tech whiz and quote unquote like the Iron Man character of it. You can play it up wherever you want, people. But yeah. And then I also added another Dwayne McDuffie character on the team, Icon. Icon should have been a part of, and that's like, if I wasn't going to put the Trinity on the team, I needed somebody who was nearly as stronger or at Superman strength. Because some people will question about Supergirl, but Icon is just as strong as Superman. Icon's done some things with Superman that he's even still said that he still felt it. But smart, Icon is brains and brawn, and I love it. So yeah, Icon is on the team. Next up is Ray Palmer, the Atom. I love size manipulation characters. I like the Atom. So put him on the team. I like put him back on the team. But also, guys, somebody maybe ask whoever maybe wants to take this. So can I play up? Maybe the Atom takes a few members and goes after Deathstroke for killing Ryan Cho. Yeah, you can. It's all in the ball's in your court with this. You could just have fun with this. Next up, I'm gonna go skip this character right now because I'll come back to this character. Animal Man, Buddy Baker. Uh, Animal Man's a great character and doesn't get enough pull and shine. And I was like, yeah, put Animal Man on that team. And another returning Justice Leaguer is Mr. Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning. Yes, 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 yes. So there's ethnicity on this team. That's what I was going for. Now the last character is I wanted to go kind of lesser known, but if you are a fan and you are like me, who knows a lot of the lesser known DC heroes, this is the Bullet tier because I got this when I put it up on Facebook. Someone asked me, "Who's the Conehead woman?" This is the Bullet tier. Her skin is very steel-like. She will kind of represent the speedster of the team because she's really fast. She's nearly invulnerable. I didn't want the Flash on this either, so needed somebody who can represent the speedster, the Bullet tier. She's been a Justice Leaguer, but not too long, so I wanted to put her back on the team. So yeah, the Justice League of America, or JLA, will do what the Justice League does, no problem. And this is the core team. This is the 12 team strong. See? So I think I put a pretty impressive team together too with that. So yeah, that's the Justice League, pretty much. If anybody would like to take on the Justice League, there you go. Like I said, most of the teams, guys, I don't put together. I put some of them together, but other ones, there may be slots open that you can just fill yourself with members. But with the Justice League, I was like, yeah, I want to put the Justice League together. So let's move on to. I'm just checking my time here. Okay, let's move on to the other Justice League for DC Elite. Um, and ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Justice League Task Force. Now, for old school DC fans, you remember there was a title called Justice League Task Force. Excuse me. And they were a Justice League team, a special task force Justice League team that did special missions for the UN. That's pretty much what this team is. They will help out the UN when needed. They're a Justice League team and they're affiliated with the Justice League, but they also will help the UN. And it's led by the same person that led it back in the days. Martian Manhunt, John Jones. Wanted to keep Jean on the team as the leader. Jean is a great character, so you got a good leader for anybody who wants to take this title. Next up is Dr. Light, the female Dr. Light, the good Dr. Light. Always thought she was good. I think she's underrated. She doesn't get enough shine. So yeah, as you can see, this team is smaller. I wanted to keep it small. Didn't want to get it too big. You got an 8-man team here. Next up, Mr. John Henry Irons, aka Steel. Love me some John Henry Irons. Love Steel. Think he's a great character, and he kind of makes up the tech as well. Next up, let's go to another lady, Stargirl. Now somebody say, "Oh wow, Chris, you took Stargirl off the JSA." I think it's time for Stargirl to step up. And she's capable of it. She's trained long enough with the JSA, so yeah, she makes it on the Justice League. Next up, Booster Gold. What do I have to say about Booster? Why not? Great character, fun. Somebody could play with that. Just have fun with him. Next up, Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes. Thought it'd be great. Jaime's another character that steps up, needs to step up, no longer being a part of the Teen Titans or something like that. Time to step up. Next up, Vixen. Great character. She's worked with John before. and she's also another veteran of the Justice League Task Force that will be there to help with some of the newcomers. Now, the last member of the team is Vibe. Now, some people say, "Oh, really? You put Vibe on this team? Why?" Wait, which Vibe? Are we talking old school Vibe or new Vibe? Well, no, I'm talking new Vibe. This is one of the consequences of what I was talking about with the twists and things like that. This is the new Vibe that pretty much became badass. Um, this is Cisco. This is not. I'm forgetting the old school vibe, but this is the new Vibe. I wanted Vibe on the team as well. And once again, like I said, this is more like a task force that will help out the UN and still just do their own thing as well. Uh, I was the only thing I will say in terms of their base of operation, I would say maybe keep them based on Earth because I think for the JLA, I want them out in space. There's their space fortress. I want this Justice League team on Earth. So that's basically it. But other than that, sky's the limits. You guys can have fun with this team. Like I said, 8-man team, 8-person team. Really don't really. This is a pretty well balanced team, I think, as well. Uh, so yeah, you can have that with this one as well. Uh, gonna continue. Gonna continue. Let's continue. So we move on to. Let's move on to Batgirls. Hope prevails. Batgirls. Yes. Um, I got this idea from Gail Simone about this. So I was like, what if Oracle, Barbara, remember, she's still Oracle. She's not Batgirl. She, besides working with the birds, she also has another side team that helps out in Gotham with Bruce and Damian, the Batgirls. Cassandra Cain, Stephanie Brown, Betty Kane, and last but not least, Mischief. All share a legacy of Batgirl in some shape or form. Betty Kane technically is the original Batgirl. Then comes Barbara. Then comes Cassandra. Then comes Stephanie. But they all help. They're a team, a 4-woman team. Oracle is more of their eyes and ears and things like that. But the 4 team. Cassandra comes back being Batgirl. She's not Black Bat anymore. Stephanie makes up kind of the heart. Betty, she stops being Flamebird and dons a Batgirl costume herself. And so does Mischief, who's the one member of the team that actually has powers. If I remember Mischief, she can teleport and things like that, so yeah. But all these girls with Oracle puts this team together, trains them, they all represent Batgirl. Now I think I have someone else who's actually interested in taking this title. Um, I can't say who it is, but it is one of my female friends who also writes for my Marvel site. Says put her name in the hat for this title. That's fun. But as you can see, Batgirls, like I said, you can play with this as well. You can keep them in Gotham. Keep them in Gotham. Have them travel Gotham, and also you can have them travel to other cities as well. But they're also kind of to help out Bruce in Gotham as well. Um, but this is Batgirls. No big synopsis because, like I said, you could just have fun with that. I just set up the cast, the title. There you go. That's Batgirls. Let's move on. So how about, guys, we move on to another. Let's move on to some more solos, shall we? Let's move on to Aquaman. Uh, Here is another character. This is another character that remembers what happened in Flashpoint. Excuse me. There's another character that remembers what happens in Flashpoint. Um, Arthur is remembering a lot of things as well. Same thing like Diana. They were nearly married. He still cares for her, but is there more than just caring as a friend, but is there more caring as something more, even though he is married to Mira? He also has to deal with the fact that not only is that wheeling over his head, remembering all that stuff, the fact that Mira's twin sister, evil twin sister, Cyrene, plots against them, also plots to take Arthur for herself because she kind of fell in love with him. Kind of, he played like that kind of Amora and Lady Sif thing, idea for anybody. And as well as the return, once again, of Garth, aka Tempest, and his wife Dolphin are alive. And everything is fine. It's not like they remember that, but these are more consequences. There are some returns because of what happened. Like I said, DC Elite is post Flashpoint with a twist. That's one of the twists. Garth and his wife, the original Aqualad, is alive with his wife. Arthur is just happy that he's there, but you play off that well. You don't play off that, Arthur knows that you were dead. It's almost like his death was almost rewritten, never really happened. So you play that off a lot. And that's kind of what you go with a little. That's a little bit of something I throw for a possible writer for Aquaman. But other than that, you have fun with Aquaman as well. So yeah, put that together as well and make Aquaman as good as he's supposed to be. Like, if whoever wants to take Aquaman, don't make him a chump, because he's not. Alright, let's keep this going. Let's move on to the... Yeah, this would probably be the last of the souls for the first wave. The Flash. The title of the core Flash title is The Flash, Fastest Man Alive. He knows everything. He knows what he did. You play with that, and sooner or later you play with the fact that the other heroes that do know are going to come to him and ask him what happened in that. Was that just a dream, or did it really happen? And Barry has to tell them, yes, it did. It did happen, but I fixed it, though there are some changes to it. You play with that as well. You also play with the fact that Pandora is watching over Barry. And I even put that when I talked about it, when I put it on Facebook. Like, who is the hooded woman watching over Barry? There you go. So the other thing is, yes, Iris and Barry are still together. They're married. They're not separated. There's no Patty. You could add her. That's the other thing, guys. The new 52 characters that were introduced in New 52 can be added. I have a whole segment gonna talk about that as well. You just gotta make your own tweaks and twists and stuff to it. But yes, just have a lot of fun with the Fastest Man Alive. Keep them just what what the Flash really is. Once again, this is another title that is open. I think one person has thrown their hat in for Flash as well, but that's the title: Flash, the fastest man alive. All right. Um, let's move on to those teens, the Teen Titans. All right, Teen Titans. This team, the only thing I will say, the setting is the last issue of Teen Titans before Flashpoint was they battled and defeated Superboy Prime, which actually had almost every Titan member that didn't die came back and helped out. Now this is what happens after that. In a sense, that's kind of where you go with it. Basically, the trinity of the Teen Titans: Red Robin, Tim Drake, the Sandsmart, Cassie, Connor, put together a new team. I want to keep it small. I want the team to stay small because I don't think Teen Titans needs to be too much. So it's an 8-person team. As you can see, these are the default characters. These are the guys that are on the team that will have to be on the team. But then you have 3 slots left. 3 slots left for someone else. You could just go have at it. You can go on a wiki and look at every Teen Titan member there was, and there you go. But there's one person that's got their hand in this, and I'm proud to say who it is, Mr. J. He actually throw his hat in this. But let's talk about who the default members. All right, here we go. So we have the team leader, of course, Tim Drake, Red Robin. He is going to be Red Robin. And I have him in his pre-52 Red Robin costume, which I like. That's the costume. Of course, Wonder Girl, Superboy. You guys can, whoever wants to write this, whoever writes, you can play up their relationship. Keep it. Kid Flash. The only thing is he's keeping something from them, the rest of the team, because he knows. But you can play that up too. Then there's Aquaman. The only thing is I used Jackson Hyde Aquaman. I thought that was a good addition. And then you have the 3 slots there. You could add whoever you want there. And that's, once again, this is another title that's open, and just have fun with it. Okay? No big synopsis, really. Just have fun with it. Okay? Still with me, guys? You still with me? Because I got plenty. Alright, let's move on. Titans Prime. Alright, Titans Prime. What's Titans Prime, you may say, guys? Titans Prime is the older Teen Titans. This is their title. So, those characters are Vic Stone, aka Cyborg, Garfield Logan, Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, Wally West Flash. There's a marking here for another member. Basically, is that open? Actually, it's not. The synopsis, the member that's supposed to be there is another older Titan. And that's where you play it up. The synopsis of the first is the Titans are together, basically, guys, to stop an old friend from going down a life of self-destruction after what has occurred. That person, and who was supposed to be here, believe it or not, is Roy Harper. Now, what happened, ladies and gentlemen, pre-Flashpoint? What happened to Roy? He got his arm cut off. his daughter died, and after that, he really started to self-implode. He started to become really more vicious, almost Punisher style. Um, these heroes here are gonna stop him from doing that. Their job is to stop him from really going down that road of self-destruction and taking his anger out on every criminal, mugger, you name, even some criminals as well, for the death of his daughter. That really plays a lot of head games, and played a lot of head games with him as well. Remember, if anybody remember that. Um, so that's Titans Prime. That's the name of the title, Titans Prime. I wanted to give it a cooler name, Titans Prime, because these are the older Titans. The only Now somebody may ask, well, can we have Dick like make a guest star or something like that? Yes, you can. You can have Dick come in but Vic does lead the team. But these are the 6 members, and you still once you could play up from there. I'm not telling you everything to do, but you could play up when you add Roy to the team that he's still, you can really go where that road of redemption now of trying to, he has friends. He remembers that he has friends that love him, and but still his head is not all full, officially all the way in the game. But that's Titans Prime, and that's the synopsis of that. Okay, so there are 2 more titles that I made up in the first wave of, I'm forgetting how many titles I'm going to be open at best for the first, but you'll see. Once again, like I said, any writer that wants to write, you only allow 2 titles, and then if you feel that you can, you come talk to me, and I may allow you to have another one, but 2 is the maximum as of right now. But that's Titans Prime. Nobody has claimed that yet. Okay, so let's move on to a title that kind of deals with kind of the animated side of DC. Young Justice, Season 3. Basically, you, possible writer, take this great series and you do the the 3rd season of where Mr. Whedon left. I mean, Mr. What was I saying? Oh, where Mr. Wiseman left off on. Where that last what was to come. You have fun with it. Just use your imagination. That's pretty much what this is. I found some cool like I found a picture of somebody must have taken Zatanna, messed her up to look more like Star Sapphire. This is where you could just have fun and introduce new characters. But just remember what happened after that season 2 finale. Static joined the team. Um, Things like that. But other than that, you could just have fun with that. That's anybody can just have fun with that. But yeah, Young Justice Season 3. All right. And the last title for the first wave, Batman Beyond Season 4. Let's face it, guys, the Batman Beyond Season 3 finale or series finale didn't live up. And then basically what they did in Justice League of basically showcasing that Terry is Bruce's son, and I've always felt that was a cop-out, but you can have fun with this title as well. Just remember, in the Batman Beyond universe, animated universe, have fun. Just have at it. And that's if somebody wants to take it. But if not, It'll stay open. But that is it. That is it, guys. That is all for the first. And of course, we'll be back. I'll be back for more DC Elite. Trust me. Got more titles that'll be open. Of course, yes. There's Green Arrow. There's Birds of Prey. Um, there's another Justice League team. One more. I think I'm allowed 3 Justice League team. The other one you'll see. Um, then there's the Outsiders. There's JSA. There's a couple more. There's a duo title there. There's more solo titles. But all in all, DC Elite is coming. People have already started to throw their hats into what the first 12 that they showed so far, that I showed so far. I will make my decision on who will get what or things like that, and just have fun with this title. This just as much fun as I've been having with the Marvel 2K14 site that I run, and we're still going strong on that site. It's been a year now since stories have been going up. So yeah, you'll see more, just as much from DC Elite. Shout out to the people over at DC Prime, and the fact that they are about to endow into the Marvel side of things as well for fanfic. They're calling it Marvel Infinite, I believe. Like I said, follow them. Show some love. Like I said, gotta show some love. But for me, we've tipped our hands in the Marvel side and still going well. Now we're gonna tip. Now I lead a group of inquisitive, fun, creative minds with DC. Like I said, I set it up. You guys knock them down. Like I said before, I will not be writing any title. It's just you guys doing the work. You guys having the fun. I mean, I can help you guys creative wise, but other than that, I won't be penning anything. So other than that, this was a pretty long vid. I apologize. No, I don't apologize, because I actually wanted to go through the first 12 titles, available titles for DC Elite. So other than that, you guys take care, and I will see you guys with more. The next, I think I'm gonna do the next 6 real soon. First, it'll get plugged up on Facebook, and then I bring him here. So, other than that, this is my brother Kid, the M.V.K High Lord of New York, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep real, guys. As always, Happy New Year once again, and I will see you guys next time. I'm out.